Want free Bitcoin? It's simple. Like this video. Subscribe now. The first verified users to do both will get 5 Satoshis sent directly. To claim your 5 Satoshis, leave a comment right away with either your Lightning address, like your name at vnm.is, or a Lightning invoice you've created for 5 Satoshis. Also, include your YouTube nickname. Be fast. Comment now.
The storm had been brewing long before she realized she was standing in the center of it. Ava Hart pressed her palm against the chilled window of the clinic's private waiting room, her breath fogging the glass as the truth settled heavy in her chest. Pregnant. 5 weeks. The word echoed like a bell she could not unhear. Her pulse stuttered as she silently counted backward, a dizzying roll call of dates that pointed inevitably back to that night. The conference in Chicago, the rooftop after party. The dangerous, intoxicating heat in Noah Hale's eyes when their professional rivalry, a feud that had defined their lives for 2 decades, slipped and something explosively human took its place. Noah Hale, the one man she should never have touched. The heir to Hale Global, the bitter rival empire that had spent every waking moment of Ava's life locked in a cold, corporate war with her own Hart dynasty. He was the last man on earth whose child she should be carrying. Her mind was still reeling from the medical confirmation when the clinic door clicked open. The soft, authoritative scrape of expensive heels signaled her mother's arrival. Vivian Hart's presence was a force field of composure, her expression sharp enough to cut steel. "You're certain?" Vivian demanded, skipping comfort entirely, her gaze darting to the sonogram sheet Ava instinctively hid against her body. Ava only managed a tight nod, her throat constricted. Vivian didn't panic. She merely exhaled through her nose, always calculating the corporate angles. "The Hales will want a meeting," she stated, her voice low, precise, and entirely devoid of maternal warmth. "And they will insist on marriage." The word marriage slammed into Ava harder than the diagnosis itself. It wasn't a proposal. It was a verdict. "A child between rival heirs is a political bomb," Vivian continued, pacing the small room like a general assessing a threat. "If this gets out before terms are set, the press will feast, stock will plummet, and our board will panic. Babies born into war become weapons Ava. You will not allow that. You will not allow the Hart name to be dragged through a scandal that threatens the stability of our entire portfolio." In that moment, Ava knew her own wishes were meaningless. She was no longer just Ava. She was a dynasty, a corporate asset, and now a vessel for a liability that had to be controlled. "I don't want to marry him." Ava forced the words out, a whispered plea. "One has nothing to do with it," Vivian snapped, the mask of control slipping for a second to reveal pure corporate ruthlessness. "You will marry Noah. This is the only way to defuse the situation and force a permanent resolution to the feud." Before Ava could offer any further protest, the door swung open again. This time, it revealed a man in a charcoal suit, Hart and Hail, Noah's father, flanked by 2 imposing Hale security officers. His presence was tall, composed, and commanded the air. And behind him, stepping into the clinic's sterile light, was Noah Hale. Ava's stomach flipped, not just with nerves or nausea, but with the unbearable tension of seeing him again. Noah's eyes locked onto her instantly, scanning her face with a practiced intensity before dropping to the crumpled sonogram clutched in her fist. His jaw tightened, a single muscle jumping. He stepped forward slowly, as if the air itself was dangerous. "It's mine," he said quietly. It was a statement, not a question. "Yes," Ava whispered. The room vibrated with the weight of unspoken, unimaginable consequences. Hart and Hail, smoothing his tie with a practiced CEO gesture, delivered a verdict with the gravity of signing a hostile takeover. "Then the solution is simple," he declared. You will marry my son. Asterisk asterisk. Adrien continued, utterly unbothered by the shock on Ava's face or the stiffening of his son's posture. This union ends the feud permanently. It stabilizes both families' holdings. It protects the child from scandal, and most importantly, it preserves the Hail name. Vivian Hart crossed her arms, a rare show of unity with her adversary. The Hart family agrees. The marriage will proceed. Ava shook her head, her heart pounding a frantic rhythm against her ribs. Stop deciding my life for me, she pleaded, her voice rising. Noah finally spoke, his voice rough with suppressed anger. She's right, father. You can't force this. Adrien cut him a cold, dismissive look. Asterisk asterisk. I can and I will. Asterisk asterisk. A merger signed in blood is still a merger. He glanced at Vivian. A wedding announcement within 30 days. A contract drafted within 48 hours. Ava stumbled back toward the exam table, gripping it for balance. She felt the walls closing in, her future being meticulously constructed by two relentless empires who saw her solely as a bargaining chip. Noah watched her, a conflicted mixture flashing through his eyes. Duty, guilt, fear, and maybe a flicker of genuine protectiveness. As the parents left, the security team in tow, only Noah remained. The room dimmed, the door clicking shut behind them, sealing them into an impossible intimacy. Ava. Noah's voice was low enough that only she could hear. If there was another way, I'd take it. There is another way, she whispered, her throat tight. Let me raise this child alone. His eyes softened with a look that made her pulse skip. I can't, not because of the feud, but because asterisk asterisk is my child too, asterisk asterisk. She looked away, the heat of unshed tears pricking her eyes. She never asked for this war to become her life. She never asked for Noah Hale to ruin everything with one reckless night she hadn't stopped thinking about since. And now, both their families expected a wedding, one built on obligation, on corporate strategy, not love. Noah reached for the door, then paused. Whatever happens next, Ava, he promised, the words heavy, I won't let them hurt you. She didn't trust him. She couldn't afford to. But as the door closed, her hand drifted unconsciously to her stomach, and she wondered, terrified, if this contract marriage, this unholy alliance, would become the cage that destroyed her, or the one place she finally learned what true love was meant to feel like. The moment Ava stepped out of the clinic, hours later, the world was already fracturing. The pale gold of the early evening offered no calm. Her pulse still raced with the weight of her future, which both families had decided for her without a moment's hesitation, as if she were nothing more than an item on a corporate agenda. As she hurried down the steps, she heard the quick, measured pace of footsteps behind her. It was asterisk asterisk Noah Hale asterisk asterisk. He kept a respectful distance, his hands tucked into his pockets, his expression unreadable. Let me give you a ride home, he said quietly. Ava shook her head, clutching her coat tight. I am fine. But he stepped closer, his voice dropping to a low urgency. Ava, the press already got a tip. There are cameras outside your building. Her stomach clenched. How had they found out so fast? Noah exhaled, jaw tight. Someone in the clinic sold the information. My father's team got the alert minutes ago. Dread flooded her. Her apartment was no fortress. Her life was about to be spun into 1,000 invasive headlines before she could even process the truth. Noah gestured toward a sleek black SUV at the curb. Please, let me get you somewhere safe. Safety was no longer a choice. It was an imperative. She slid inside. The vehicle glided silently through the traffic, the tinted windows shutting out the chaotic world. Noah sat across from her, watching her carefully. I do not want this to ruin everything, she whispered, looking out the window. It will not, he promised, but she heard the doubt lurking beneath his firm tone. The SUV stopped in front of a soaring structure she recognized immediately. Asterisk asterisk, the Hale Tower asterisk asterisk. No, she breathed, sinking into the leather seat. I cannot stay here. It is the only building my family controls completely. he countered. No press, no leaks, no access. You will be safe. Swallowing hard, she followed him through the private entrance and into the elevator. When the doors opened on the 38th floor, she stepped into a warm, modern suite floor-to-ceiling windows, clean lines, and far too much luxury for how small and vulnerable she felt inside. This is temporary, Noah assured her. Just until the families finalized the *** arrangement ***. The word ** arrangement * stung. Marriage was supposed to be a choice, a promise, not a strategy. How are you so calm? She finally asked, moving toward the vast window overlooking the city. Noah stood beside her, his tall, tense reflection mirrored in the glass. I am not calm, he admitted. I just learned how to hide it. For the first time all day, she saw the man beneath the rival heir, a man trapped between duty and desire. I know you do not trust me, but I will try to make this less impossible. He took a sharp call. His expression darkened. The families want a meeting tomorrow morning, both boys present. They intend to draft the marriage contract ** immediately ***. Ava's heart dropped. Tomorrow. Everything was moving faster than she could breathe. Whatever they push for, Noah's voice was softer now, focused only on her. Just look at me. I will handle the rest. The next morning arrived far too quickly. As the elevator descended toward the conference level of Hale Tower, Ava felt the overwhelming weight of two empires pressing down on her chest. Noah stood beside her, his shoulders stiff, acting as an impenetrable shield. The boardroom was an oval table filled with the Hart and Hail families, their legal teams, and senior board members. It was indeed a tribunal. Adrien Hale stood at the head of the table, clasping a stack of documents. We will begin with the first non-negotiable term, Adrien announced, his voice clinical. ***. The marriage ceremony must occur within the next 21 days. Ava stiffened. Less than 1 month. Vivian Hart nodded approvingly. Second term, Adrien continued without pause. ***. The child will legally carry the Hale family name, and full medical decisions will be made through Hale-appointed physicians. ***. The heat rushed to Ava's face. Excuse me, she said, her voice shaking but steady. I should have a say in decisions about my own pregnancy. Adrien finally looked at her, his eyes cold and hard. This is not personal, Miss Hart. It is business. The child represents the future of 2 corporations. Noah's voice cut in sharply, a dangerous edge beneath his controlled tone. She is not a corporation, father, and neither is our child. Executives exchanged startled looks. Ava has a voice in every medical decision, non-negotiable. A flicker of something, perhaps grudging respect, crossed Vivian's face, but she quickly masked it. Adrien moved on, his irritation palpable. Item 3. The marriage will remain legally binding for a minimum term of 1 year. 1 year of pretense. 1 year under the microscope of 2 families who saw her only as leverage. Noah spoke again, his voice now flat, decisive. Ava's comfort and safety come first. If she feels threatened or unsafe at any point, the contract is void. Adrien laughed, a humorless sound. This is not about comfort, Noah. This is about stability. You are letting emotion cloud judgment. Noah leaned forward, his voice low and lethal. If there is one thing I learned growing up in this family, it is that you cannot run a future on fear and control. The room fell silent. Adrien slammed the folder shut, his face mottled with fury. You will not slow anything down. You will sign these terms, both of you today. We cannot allow hesitation. Noah rose slowly from his chair, the scrape echoing across the silent boardroom floor. We are not signing anything today. Shock rippled through the room. Adrien stood as well. You do not get to dictate this. Noah stepped fully between Ava and the table, looking his father in the eye. Asterisk, asterisk, watch me. Asterisk, asterisk. In that single moment, the entire balance of power shifted. Every person in the room realized that the forced merger would not unfold as either empire had planned, because asterisk, asterisk, Noah Hale asterisk, asterisk was no longer negotiating for business. He was negotiating for the woman he had just forcefully protected, changing the entire trajectory of the corporate war. He took Ava's hand and guided her toward the door. We will reconvene when the terms include her safety and her rights, not just the company's interests, he announced, and they walked out, leaving the stunned boardroom in their wake. By the time evening settled over the city, Ava stood in front of a full-length mirror inside the Hale Tower private styling suite, barely recognizing the woman staring back at her. Her hair was swept up, her makeup luminous, and the dark navy gown selected by Noah's stylist draped over her like a calm ocean. It was elegant, protective, and for the first time since the scandal broke, she felt almost steady. A soft knock sounded. Noah stood in the doorway, tailored black suit fitting him perfectly. You look. He began, his sentence trailing off, but she understood the meaning in the way his breath momentarily caught. Do I look like someone who can survive a room full of reporters and billionaires? She asked, smoothing the fabric at her waist. More than that, he said, his voice steady. You look like someone they will never forget. He offered his arm. Ready? The ride to the Hale Foundation charity gala was quiet, but as the SUV approached the glass museum venue, the world exploded. Flashing lights, cameras, a roaring wall of noise and anticipation greeted them. They will ask questions, Noah murmured, pulling her closer as the door opened. You do not have to answer any. The moment they stepped onto the pavement, the world erupted. Noah, is it true she is pregnant with a Hale heir? Is the wedding arranged or forced? The questions crashed like waves, flashbulbs blinding her. But Noah kept her tucked against him, guiding her up the steps with controlled confidence. To the outside world, he looked unbothered, protective, almost possessive. Inside the museum, the noise faded, replaced by the low hum of music and murmured conversation beneath glittering chandeliers. Every head turned. Remember, Noah whispered, gripping her hand tighter. You are not alone. They began to navigate the crowds. Noah introduced Ava to investors with a practiced ease, positioning her as a partner, not a pawn. Slowly, she began to breathe again, finding a fragile sense of partnership in their shared deception. Then, a familiar sharp voice cut through the crowd. Well, well. The bride-to-be. Ava stiffened as Adrien Hale stepped toward them, wearing a forced smile, attempting to assert corporate control even in a social setting. He was quickly followed by a large investor group, all of whom were focused on the newest arrival. But before the conversation could escalate, Noah leaned close to Ava. Come with me, he urged, guiding her toward a quieter corner. They stopped before a large installation wall covered in shimmering glass tiles. Every year, Noah said softly, the foundation adds a new piece dedicated to a pledge or a promise. He pointed to a small, newly engraved blank tile, illuminated by a spotlight. Etched into the glass were two simple words, asterisk, asterisk, for Ava. Asterisk, asterisk. The gesture was not grand or romantic, but intentional, a quiet non-corporate promise meant only for her. Whatever happens next, he held her gaze. I stand with you. Not the board, not the feud. Not our families, you. A dangerous, fragile sense of hope broke open in her chest. That hope instantly vanished as a ripple of tension moved through the crowd. Asterisk, asterisk, Mara Hale asterisk, asterisk, Noah's cousin, strode into the hall tall poised, wrapped in a crimson gown that demanded attention, her expression carrying equal parts beauty and danger. Oh no, Noah muttered. Mara's eyes locked onto them, narrowing with sharp calculation. She approached with slow, elegant steps. Noah, her voice was sugar-sweet but edged in steel. I assumed it was a joke. But here you are, parading your little scandal. She ignored Noah's warning to back off, shifting her predatory attention to Ava. So, you are the reason our family stock dropped 8 points this week. I expected someone stronger. Mara's smile tightened. Do you have any idea what your pregnancy has done to this family? To my position in the line of succession? Your position has nothing to do with this. Noah snapped, stepping between them. Everything has to do with me, Mara hissed. While you were playing Rebel Prince, I was keeping this family from collapsing, and now, look. She gestured to the crowd. Every investor here is wondering if the Hail dynasty is stable enough to trust. The child is leverage, my dear. And the board will use it. Mara then delivered the true blow. The board is voting tomorrow morning. They want you removed from the succession plan. They think you have become *** emotionally compromised ***. Ava's stomach dropped. Mara was taking his place. Losing his position wasn't just symbolic. It meant losing the only influence he had to protect their child from the inside. As Mara stalked off, Leon a high-ranking board member, smoothly approached, his smile too polished to be genuine. Miss Hart, I'm glad to finally meet you. Congratulations on your situation. Say what you came to say, Leon, Noah interjected, his voice flat. Leon's smile tightened. The board has concerns about Noah's emotional state. Step aside voluntarily, and the board will ensure Miss Hart and the child receive generous protection and resources. It will be a smooth transition. Protection from what? Noah challenged. From the consequences of bad decisions. Leon's gaze flicked to Ava's stomach. You are carrying an heir that both families desperately need to control. Stop fighting and let the board take over. Noah's voice turned low and lethal. We are done here. Walk away. Leon smirked. Enjoy your evening, Noah. It may be your last one with influence. The tension was suffocating. Then, a sudden swell of commotion burst from the main hall. Guests murmured, turning to look at a large screen near the stage. Ava's face flashed across it, followed by a devastating headline. ***, pregnant heir hides secret scandal. Baby used to force Hail merger. ***, they leaked it. Noah's breath hitched. The calculated devastating timing of the leak confirmed the families were moving in coordination. We have to leave now, Noah said, taking Ava's hand firmly. They broke through the murmuring crowd, each step heavier as the headlines played again and again, cementing the public narrative. The moment they pushed through the glass doors into the night air, Noah exhaled, a shaky crack in his self-control. This is bad, Noah. I know, he admitted, guiding her toward the SUV. But it is only the beginning. They sped away, leaving the chaos behind, both realizing that the families had chosen ***war***, and the first devastating shots had already been fired. The SUV sped away from the museum, its tinted windows shielding Noah and Ava from the chaos outside, but the tension inside the vehicle was thick enough to choke on. Ava sat pressed against the leather, her hands trembling. Noah silenced his phone, which was buzzing non-stop with messages from board members and journalists. They planned this, he muttered, his jaw tight. The leak, the timing, the headlines, all of it. To force you out, Ava whispered. To force control, Noah corrected. If they make us look chaotic, they can justify rewriting the entire contract without my input. They want power over the baby, the narrative, everything. They pulled into the underground entrance of Hail Tower. Moments later, they were back in the quiet sanctuary of the 38th floor suite, the calm interior feeling unnervingly wrong after the public explosion. Ava sank onto the couch, struggling for breath. Noah paced the room, running a hand through his hair. I should have seen this coming. Mara has been waiting for an opportunity. And Leon is the board's shadow puppeteer. If they vote tomorrow, Ava watched him anxiously. If they remove you, will you still have any say over the contract? Noah stopped pacing. His silence was the answer. Ava's chest tightened. He went to her immediately, kneeling in front of her, taking her hands. Listen to me. I am not letting them take control of you or the baby. I don't care what vote happens tomorrow, we will fight. But how? She whispered. They have influence, money, power. Noah lifted her hands to his lips, pressing a steady grounding kiss against her knuckles. Asterisk, asterisk, then we build our own power, asterisk, asterisk. Before she could question what that meant, a shrill alert sounded from his phone. He checked it and his face went white. A message from the HEIR legal team, he said, his voice flat. He showed her the screen. It was a draft of a new contract, a cold, vicious document with clauses designed to strip Ava of authority, grant guardianship to the HEIR board, and remove Noah from any legal decision-making until a formal review of his fitness is complete. Every line was worse than the last. They cannot do this, Ava whispered, panic rising. Noah pointed to the most monstrous clause. They added a clause declaring the child asterisk asterisk corporate property asterisk asterisk if I am removed as heir. They're not even pretending to hide it anymore. Ava rose to her feet, gripping the edge of the table to steady herself. Noah, this is monstrous. This isn't just business, this is our child. How can they treat a baby like a corporate asset? Noah moved to her, placing both hands on her arms. Because that is how they see the world. But we don't have to let them decide our future. So what do we do? Her breathing quickened. We can't stop the vote. We can't stop the media. We can't stop your family. Maybe we cannot, Noah said, his eyes locking onto hers with a fierce determination. But we can choose something they cannot overturn. He paused, letting the strategic weight of his words settle. Ava, if we asterisk asterisk marry tonight asterisk asterisk before the vote, before the board can interfere, then the contract becomes irrelevant. She stared at him, stunned. Asterisk asterisk. Tonight? I know, he said gently. And I am not saying it has to be romantic. I am not asking for anything you are not ready to give. But legally, emotionally, strategically, it is the only way to protect you. He continued, the urgency clear. They cannot rewrite a marriage that already exists. They cannot remove me from a position they have no legal leverage over. And most importantly, they cannot touch you or the baby without going through both of us together. Are you asking me to marry you? She whispered. Not asking, he corrected, stepping closer, his presence warm and steady. Asterisk asterisk. Offering you a choice no one else has given you, asterisk asterisk. The room tilted slightly. The city lights glittered through the windows, casting the scene in soft gold. She looked at Noah, at the man who had stood between her and two feuding empires, who had challenged his father's dynasty and protected her without hesitation. Her heart pounded, but somewhere deep inside, a decision began to form. Finally, Ava exhaled a long, trembling breath, carrying days of pressure out of her lungs. All right, she whispered. Asterisk asterisk. If this is the only way to protect our child, then yes. I will marry you tonight. Asterisk asterisk. A combination of relief and profound commitment flashed in Noah's eyes. Thank you. But this is not a merger, she stipulated, her voice steadier now. This is not a performance. If we do this, it is for our child. Nothing else. I understand, he promised. And I am on your side. Always. Within minutes, the suite shifted into a silent, efficient operation. Noah's most trusted security team prepared the private chapel on the 41st floor, securing a licensed officiant who signed ironclad confidentiality documents. At the center of it all, Ava stood in the soft light as Noah approached with two simple wedding bands. I know this is not the wedding you imagined, he said, his voice gentle. No guests, no flowers, no music. Just us trying to take back control. Noah, she looked at him. After the day we had, this is the first thing that feels like a choice. They faced each other. The officiant spoke the traditional simple vows words not tailored to wealth or crafted to impress shareholders, but honest words that sounded startlingly real. Do you know Hail, take Ava Hart to be your lawfully wedded wife? I do, he said, without hesitation, raw emotion burning behind his eyes. And do you, Ava Hart, take Noah Hale to be your lawfully wedded husband? Ava took a slow breath, met Noah's gaze and whispered, Asterisk, asterisk. I do. Asterisk, asterisk. The moment the certificate was digitally signed, the efficient nod and the quiet declaration confirmed their union. Noah lifted her hand and pressed a gentle kiss against her knuckles, sealing the moment with unexpected tenderness. But their moment of relief was fleeting. Noah's phone buzzed with a secure alert. He checked it, his face hardening. The board was meeting asterisk asterisk earlier than expected asterisk asterisk. They want to remove you before sunrise. Ava read the cold message aloud. Noah met her eyes, steady and unshaken. Asterisk asterisk. Let them try. Asterisk asterisk. He closed his fingers around hers. They cannot touch us now. They cannot rewrite who we are. Ava inhaled slowly, letting the truth settle. Whatever comes next, they face it together, bound not by contracts or corporate demands, but by a powerful decision made in the quiet, desperate hours of the night. They were ready for the war that tomorrow would bring, because they were no longer fighting alone.